This is Vintage Sports special presentation on IBC 13 of the provincial showdowns of the PBA. First possession to Swift. Toss downstairs. First basket of the basketball game belongs to Meneses.
Let's look for Alaska early, trying to set up their offense inside as JoJo drives the baseline.
And we are tied here in the first minute of play. It's 2-all. Sev Sarmiento here working with Jim Kelly and Butch Maniego. Baling it is jammed, gets it back, misses it, and Solomon takes care of the rebound. Johnny A, wild attempt, and it's Meneses embracing the basketball. Looks like Alaska pushing up in these first two sequences.
Alaska really busting out of the blocks there.
Meneses launches, hits the edge of the board. Here's Johnny A. Gardel is fouled from behind, but Solis is going to be the one called for the foul.
Alaska is off to the races here. The first 3 times they've had the ball, they've beaten Swift down the court in transition.
Yang Giao was hollering for a little more passing before taking the attempt. Still in the first minute of action here, Jim.
Yeah, we touched on style up in the beginning of the show. Alaska always looking to push it up court. If not, they're a very patient team. Swift being one of the premier one-on-one post-up teams in the league.
Here's Solis. Sees a crack in the defense and uses it to the hilt. And quickly Alaska takes it strong, fast, hoping to beat Swift downstairs. Solomon is posting up. Asaitono there to meet him. Solomon launches. It is too strong. Bonel Balingit has a hand on it. Lastimosa tries to yank it away to no avail. Meneses. Asaitono hoping to have the same game he had against this team last time. As we mentioned, 43 points. Solomon gets underneath. Nice reverse.
It's tempo all the way here for Alaska. Really pushing the ball towards the basket here.
And Alaska is in front 7-4. We're into 10 minutes and 4 seconds in this first quarter. Estrada takes a try. It won't work. Alaska in possession. Referee De Leon, by the way, I failed to mention the referees. They are Ledesma, De Leon, and Belio. Estrada gets the foul. His first, second on the team.
And that's an offensive foul on Johnny Abariantos. Very good denial defense there by Troy Estrada, whose job it will be to deny Johnny A the ball.
7-4, 9 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. Here's Nelson Asaitono from the left. It will not drop in. Estrada, fall away, Balingit. He is blocked, but he will get 2 chances from the free throw line.
Early going here, players having a little problem with outside shots. Trying to get the rhythm here.
Foul on Araneta. Oh, this is great slow-mo action.
2 big men going at it. Alex Araneta and Bonel Balingit.
So Balingit is on your picture. Misses the first free throw. Balingit has an average of 4 points. Playing time, an average of 10 minutes. He has managed to snare 2 rebounds. He had that one good game. Unfortunately, Swift did not win that one against San Miguel Beer.
And last time out, Bonel's best game of the season, but I'm sure he much would rather have gotten a W there for his team. Foul that time, down low on Al Solis against JoJo. And that's 2 already on Al.
Here's Abariantos. Cardell downstairs to Solomon. Solomon hard pressed against Asaitono. Solomon, yes.
Nice.
Oh, but Ernie De Leon says a step too many.
Oh, he had Nelson up in the air. However, he took a little bunny hop there.
Yes. 7-5. Alaska is in front. Time remaining 9-20. Opening quarter here in San Fernando, Pampanga. Meneses is wide open.
And that's what they're going to have to do when they double team Nelson over on the strong side there. Swing the ball around and use the outside shooting ability with Solis, Meneses that time, and also Distrito from the bench.
And there's a bucket provided by Jonathan Cardell, who has 5 points in this first quarter of play. 5 of the 9.
Tim Cohn calls him his most improved player.
And maybe rightfully so. Growing in confidence. Bonel Balingit.
Big man. Nice little jump hook in the lane.
We're tied at 9. This is deadlock number 3. Alex Araneta. Turnaround flip. Yes! (11-9).
There's a double team of Nelson again.
Balingit, difficult catch to work with, ends up losing it at the baseline.
I think we're going to see a variety of people coming at Nelson Asaitono, especially after the last game when San Miguel had some success doubling him, limiting him to 12 points, and Swift offense struggled a bit. Johnny has no struggle there. Drills a 12-footer.
And he gives Alaska a 4-point advantage. 7:45 remaining in the opening period. Solis launches a triple, nails it. And Solis now has made the game go 13-12. Lastimosa fakes left, goes right, pumps. One step too many. Ernie De Lea with the sharp eye of those traveling violations.
And JoJo's a little puzzled what he did there.
And
Tim Cohn's a little puzzled as well, but it will stand.
Of course, Tim Cohn getting in his 2 cents or 10 centavos worth. Hook shot.
Big Bonell getting into the lane.
And Bonell has 5 in the game to give. And that basket, in fact, gives Swift the lead, 14-13. Cardell.
Oh, nice move by John Adell. He's gotten into the lane 2 or 3 times already here.
And that 10-footer changes the lead, gives it to Alaska. 6:36 to go. Triple V by Solis. This time it doesn't work. Johnny Abarientos. Fast break for Alaska. Lastimosa. He actually invited the foul there.
Boy, Alaska is just flying up the floor there, and they're leaving Swift behind. They've had the numbers on a number of fast breaks there. That time, he busted right by Bonell Balingit, and you see Nelson getting down very late, bumping in, and there's a shot. There's a 3-point opportunity for Joe Glass.
Lastimosa has 4 points in this opening quarter. Lastimosa, an average of 15.2 per outing for Alaska Milk. Takes care of the 3-point play. 18-14, Alaska moves in front by 4 with 6:22 remaining. Rudy Distrito sends it straight and into the hole.
I think the Alaska defense is really keyed on stopping Nelson, and all attention is on him. And sometimes with that quick burst down and spurt to the basket, they're going to get some layup opportunities or some tracks into the lane there.
Shot clock is down to 4 seconds. Lastimosa, short jumper, nails it. Facility, this convention center here in Pampanga has a very clear shot clock, which is something you miss when you go to the other venues, especially on the provincial tour of the PBA. Johnny A. Jolas blocking foul. So it's push, push, push for Alaska here in the first quarter, Jim.
Well, they're definitely testing the transition defense of Swift, and they've had the numbers. Just about any time Johnny A. has been able to get a good outlet pass and bust it on down the court there, and it'll be another 2-shot opportunity at the free throw line for Joe Las.
The time remaining, 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Alaska has a 4-point lead. Lastimosa gets a pair of charities. He has 7 points. 21-16 as we take a look at Elmer Yanga just covering Yang Yao there. Elmer ever so concerned about his ball club.
You talk about a manager being into the game.
Very so much. Distrito. Yang Yao yelling, kilos. No movement.
Oh,
Connell
big fella.
Balingit. 7 points by Balingit in this opening quarter. 21-18 down to 5-11. Alaska still in front by 3. Here's Steele. It is completed. Here's Nelson Asaitono. Picks up speed. The ball is batted away. Ends up on the glass. It's down for grabs. And Solis is really determined. We will have a timeout. 21-18 with 4:54 to go. We'll continue. This was that last sequence before we had a timeout taken by Yang Yao. We're going to have a jump here. Look at this. Solis and Solomon. Bang!
Solis going down just about on the floor to pick up that loose ball. Solomon right there with him.
And our graphics crew providing you with some numbers. Alaska is pushing it here.
Well, that was obvious right from the start. Steal the tip. Big fella misses that time.
Alex Araneta is not going to take Connell Balingit lightly here. Nobody can. Really big fella. Lastimosa's shot hits the side of the board. Johnny, a bounce, hoped to bounce it against Estrada, failed there. It's Swift's ball. Solis short on that try. We have a battle underneath. Ooh! That's Cardell and Estrada.
Estrada, Joy Estrada there. Swift doesn't seem to be in sync yet on their fast break as we see Alex swatting one away there and ball rolling around. Estrada and Cardell.
As we swing back to live action, Distrito takes it strong inside. 21-20, Alaska is in front by a point. We're in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen, in Vintage Sports presentation of the showdown in San Fernando. Swift against Alaska. Seb Sarmiento working with Jim Kelly and Butch Maniago.
I think the last substitution Coach Yang Yao made was to get Alex off the board.
Meanwhile, it's Distrito picking it up. And Alex Araneta was forced into that ungainly position.
What I was saying was Distrito for Meneses to stop Cardell from getting in the lane there. And that time, Rudy did a fine job on defense.
Nelson Asaitono with a twirl around. It ended up with a foul being called on Solomon. Solomon picks up his first. Let's check the team fouls. 3 on Alaska. Swift is in penalty. Boyvitz Victoria is waiting in the wings. He'll check in after probably this first free throw. Asaitono, let's check on the numbers of Asaitono. There they are.
Very respectable. 28 points per game. League leader, as a matter of fact.
Our statisticians are on the ball. It must be the Tocino or the Langoniza here in San Fernando.
We note the last substitution for Alaska. They brought in Bong Hawkins. And he replaced Jonadel Cardell. Sort of a big, small substitution. Alaska does that quite a bit, and playing with 3 big men right now, and gives the opposition some matchup problems as they make their substitutions on the fly here from a small team to a big team.
Time down to 3:44. This ball game is tied for the 4th time. A foul. Boyvitz Victoria with a foul that sends Alaska into shooting situations. They're over the limit. That's their 16th foul. Here's Johnny.
Johnny, the leading scorer on the Alaska team, 17.2 a game. And his rebound stats are up there as well.
As we take a look at the chairman of the PBA, that's Mr. Wilfred Stephen Uitangso, rather, on the left of your screens, his wife Carrie, and the commissioner of the PBA, Mr. June Bernardino. So the PBA top brass very much present, of course. Mr. Uitangso there to root for Alaska Milk.
Well, there's no pretense as to who he's for today.
Here's Rudy Destrito. Hawkins with an eagle eye on him. Solis. 3 circles out. He used so much of the goal there. There's Johnny Abarientos. It's push, push, push. But they have to settle down since the defensive line was assembled. Hawkins has a twirl.
Well, that's the matchup we talked about. Originally, Destrito was on Cardell, which is a pretty even matchup. But then when Hawkins came in, that created a little bit of a mismatch. And here's Alaska once again with the numbers.
Here we go. Solomon open. And Alaska, fleet-footed Milkmen are in front 27-21, 6-point advantage.
And even with the big men, they've got the numbers on the break.
Boyvitz Victoria nudged just a bit there. Excuse me, and we have Reyes checking in. Now Yengyao going to a little more size here.
He's got size, and I think he's got a little transition problem as well. They are slow getting back. There is no second thoughts on that. They've got to move a lot quicker to get back in transition, especially the way Alaska is moving the ball up court. There's a double team of Nelson.
Shot clock down to 1.
25 seconds violation.
That will not count. The shot clock was down to 1. It is unfortunate because it was a 3-point connection. We have Zaldi Realubit coming in for Bonel Balingit. Balingit will leave your pictures after 7 points and 2 rebounds. Isabella Lastimosa, double dribble. Double dribble and Jojo.
Jojo again shocked here.
I don't see that called very often. Not just because it's on Lastimosa, but in the pro game. So 27-21, 2 minutes and 17 to go. Here's Boybits Victoria. Victoria is in the deep right corner, shoves away Johnny, and it's an offensive foul against Boybits Victoria.
Boybits having some problems getting started here. He had a bad shot before. That time gets caught for an offensive foul.
Here's Johnny A. As we swing back to live action. Lastimosa begging for it at the low post area. Alex Araneta above the key. Jojo Lastimosa wants to take the entire Swift team with him.
And there's no stopping Jojo here.
Red hot first quarter for Jojo Lastimosa. 10 points as Alaska has uncorked an 8-0 run. Destrito applying the brakes. I have to agree with you, Jim, as this one circles in for Swift. Swift seems to be a bit slow-footed here in this first quarter.
They're just not reacting, especially on the rebounds and the transition from offense to defense. Bon Hawkins' jump hook won't go.
And Reyes is in charge of that rebound. We're left with 1 minute and 17 seconds. Boybits Victoria. Realubit posting up. Boybits is given a clearance. Shot clock down to 6. Distrito high looping 3. No siree. Realubit says, let me try.
Oh, what a move by Zaldi. Sort of sneaks underneath the arm. Bang Solomon.
It's a 3-point game. Alaska is in front. We have a foul on Victoria.
Foul Victoria.
Boybits picks up his 3rd personal foul.
And that's 3 quick ones here.
You know, the rookies in their enthusiasm sometimes to get to do the coach's instructions to the letter end up committing some fouls unnecessarily at times.
Especially with the interpretation being now very little contact, no hand checking, and there's been a number of fouls called in a backcourt there. And Alaska is a team known for being able to draw fouls, patient, and when the other team's in bonus situation, which Swift has been for the last 2 minutes or so.
Meanwhile, we had, James Merwin Costello just checked in. So Alaska putting a point on the board, giving themselves a 5-point advantage. Still a 5-pointer. However, here's Solomon. He's trapped. Moment of indecision. He wants to go inside. It's an offensive foul.
Offensive foul, Solomon.
Watch this.
Well, Nelson got it right in the chest. Perfect defensive position.
Meanwhile, a trap being employed by Alaska Milk in the backcourt. We're down to 33 seconds. Costello.
9 seconds.
Costello and Distrito drop into the deck there. 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock of Swift. Our game clock reads 26 seconds, a 5-point Alaska lead. Still in the first quarter. Well, Gomez checking in, and you can expect that if Alaska goes for the last shot, most likely it will be Gomez.
Gomez is their designated long-range bomber, and Nelson Asaitono tries one from three-point country. No good.
Here's Costello on fast break by Alaska. It is broken up. Distrito with some rugged defense there. Here's Distrito quickly to Rialubit. Fakes, fires, traveling.
And that was the first time that Swift had gotten back in transition. Came up with a steal, had her own chance for a fast break. Traveling violation on Zaldi Rialubit.
Costello taking too much time on the dribble. We're down to only 3 seconds. There's Costello, Gomez.
No.
I'm not surprised.
Sev, you hit that one right on the head there.
Well, it's been something that they've always tried, Alaska, and now we will prepare all of you for the second quarter in just a short while. Battle here in the All Filipino Cup. All our friends here in San Fernando, Pampanga.
And a nice start to the game by Alaska, really jumping out in transition, fast breaking, and you know, anytime a team gets 30 points in a quarter, the opposition coach is a little bit upset. That's a landmark of a good offensive start there, and Alaska out of the gate with 30 points.
So what is Yang Giao? What's top on the list of Yang Giao as far as concerns are involved?
Well, let's just put it bluntly. Let's get back, guys. Let's react, and we got to run back. These guys are pushing the ball up the court, and they've got so many fast breaks. We've got but one in the first quarter, and that's why they've got a 5-point lead. Okay, this quarter gets underway. The second quarter, 30-25, penetration. And that's a highlight film move right by Roy Abarillo by Johnny Apariantos.
All speed there. Here's Albarillo. Reyes. The pass inside, passes through their fingers.
So far, Asaitono has been ice cold, 1 point, as Coach Tim Cohn and his coaching staff has devised a good defense to start it.
Alaska 67% from the field in terms of fast break points. 9 for Alaska, nothing for Swift.
And Swift, remember we said, came into the game as a #1 offensive team. Reyes over to Distrito, doesn't go.
Battle for the loose ball, and it will go Alaska's way. In other statistical departments, Alaska with 5 assists, Swift had 2 turnovers. Alaska had more in the first quarter play, 8 against the 4 of Swift. Here's Merwin Costello. Hawkins. By the way, Wino is in the game for Alaska. Reyes is also there. Gomez just passed it over, and Costello with a strong drive to the hoop.
Swift tried to double team, and good ball movement by Alaska. Merwin the magician knew what to do with it. Distrito down the lane. Yes.
And it's 34-27. Alaska with a 7-point advantage. This game is just breezing by us. Quick paced all the way. Here is Hawkins. Goes downstairs. He's in the box. He's trapped. Double dribble.
Boy, it looked like that ball was knocked out of his hand, and I didn't quite understand the double dribble call there. It was pretty good defense by Swift. They collapsed on him when he went in the lane there.
10:20 to go, 34-27. Reyes, Villamin. Albarillo, three-pointer, just a bit off the line. Here's Reyes. Gomez sets. Three-pointer.
And there's your designated shooter. He towed the line outside there and just fired. And that's why they put him in there. It's a 10-point lead for Alaska.
Here's Yoyo Villamin. Rhea Lubit working on the baseline. Shoots against two. The offensive Swift is just a bit out of sync here.
It looks like their ball movement is very slow, and they look a little hesitant as to when they're passing the ball. Take a look at Zali to the basket here. Head fake, whacked by both Ruino and Costello. Costello comes up with the foul call.
His first personal foul, and that's the first foul of the second quarter. First quarter ended at 30-25, a 5-point advantage for Alaska Milk. Quarter is left with 9:39. This is the second period. As we reported at the top of the coverage, Alaska was here in San Fernando as early as yesterday. Had two practice sessions, one yesterday and one earlier today. Swift checked in today.
Looks like Alaska filled up their gas tanks when they were here, because they are zooming out of the gate.
I think they realize also how important this game is for their continuing struggle and continuing journey here in the PBA. Of course, as we mentioned, both these teams solid contenders for the finals. Looks like they are already in the semis because of the way the other three teams in the bottom have fared so far. I think the surprise is that Santa Lucia did so well.
Santa Lucia did so well, and Shell, I have to say, is probably the biggest disappointment so far. Although they've had their share of injuries.
That's true. Like last night, we had a game last night, of course, then Shell had a chance to win against San Miguel, even though Shell did not have Ronnie Magsanok available for that particular encounter. Here's Hawkins, shoots against the veteran Villamin. The ball is being struggled for, and nobody giving an inch there, so he will have a jump.
They just made substitution for Swift. Roy Abarillo had missed two wide open shots up on the point there, and a little bit concerned there by Coach Yang Yao. It's 37-28, and they're falling behind here and having problems getting the offense going. So
far, Alaska has outscored the Mighty Meaties 7-3 in this period. Eight minutes, 36 seconds to go. There's Costello above the key. The shot clock reads 10. Here's Huino. Huino traveling. That's clear as day.
You know, Huino loves to get into the lane, be it on the left-hand side or right-hand side. He tries to get into the lane for a jump hook or that little turnaround jump hook, and he's shooting over 70%, so he's been very successful so far early here in his PBA career.
Okay. Distrito cuts up the interior. No production though, and Reyes, fouling Reyes.
Foul Reyes.
Let's count the team fouls here. Swift already has been accounted for 2, while the Alaska Milk Squad has been called for 1. Time remaining, 8 minutes and 5 seconds. We're still in the second quarter of play. Our provincial coverage continues here from San Fernando, Pampanga. You're enjoying this on a slightly delayed basis here on IBC TV 13 as we watch Costello fake. He's in a trap. Shot block down to 2. Gomez.
That should be
good. Will it count?
That
will it count?
Gomez,
it is counted. It should be counted. Gomez with his second rainbow connection. It's 40-28. Alaska seems to do no wrong here in the first half, Jim.
Swift has big-time problems offensively. They can't seem to get the ball to go in like Zaldi Real Lubick. Missing down low. They've got numbers on the fast break here.
Gomez, one more try. Yes! It's a three-pointer, and Yang Yao sensing trouble. He needs a timeout. This is a big bucket by Roel Gomez, who is averaging 38% from three-point distance. This is numero tres, number 3.
Well, Ruel was a starter up until this game, I believe, in the first 5 Alaska games. This time comes off the bench late in the first quarter, and he's rested, and that gun is loaded.
Hot as a pistol here. It's a 15-point advantage, the biggest enjoyed by Alaska Milk in this game. Solis, he wants to try one from afar, just a 2-pointer.
And Ness is back in the game as well, as Swift has got to get their offense going here.
Let's review the rosters on the floor. Hawkins, Gomez, June Reyes, Huino, and Costello on the 5 for Tim Cone. Yang Yao has a unit of Solis, Villamin, Meneses, Realubit, and Distrito. That shot didn't work. Distrito sneaks inside.
That should be
That'll count.
goaltending. That was right off the glass, a little late on the block. Huino, one of the better shot blockers in the league, and he's just arrived in the league. Take a look at this. Just mistimed it.
Reyes in the deep left corner, and Alaska is red hot.
They look like they've been here for 2 weeks and not 2 days.
We go down to Meneses. And referee Bello says there's a foul on Costello.
Costello is the man Coach Tim Cone likes to put on the hot wing player or backcourt player late in the game, and he's got Verhel Meneses early here.
Downstairs, and look at the production of Swift. It has really been slow here in this game. Time remaining, 5:47. Huino with a cut, plenty of time. Look at this, almost but not quite. Meneses hoping to inject new life into this Swift team. Solis fires a 3. Nails it!
Great presence of mind there by Rudy Distrito. He also was setting up right in stride on the right-hand wing, swung the ball to him, and Swift right back in it here.
Team consensus and uprising. We'll be right back. Patuloy po ang ating game mula rito sa San Fernando, Pampanga. Pampanga Convention Center, a beautiful facility. And we can even wear our suits during this coverage. It is air-conditioned.
Well, it's a very comfortable temperature here inside. And a very comfortable crowd.
And he looks comfy. Why not? His team is in front, 45-37. 5 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Even the second unit of Alaska is doing quite well.
Well, they're shooting very well, and that's really setting up their defense. They seem to be very aggressive.
Roel Gomez now just can't find an easy shot. He had to create that one, and he has a total of 11. That was released with 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Kind of hard for Joe Last to come back in the game when Gomez has played so well. And here comes once again the numbers for Alaska. 3-on-2 fast break, easy layup. Merwin Costello.
49-37. 12-pointer now. Downstairs we go. Meneses is rejected. Here's Huino. Alaska is off to the races once more. Costello. Gomez.
Nice defense that time by Yo-Yo Villamin.
Distrito. Driving hard and teaching the younger Lions a thing or two about taking it strong. 10-point game. 4 minutes to go. Gomez takes a look inside. Nowhere to go. Finally, Wino popping out. Shot clock reads 6. Shot clock reads 2. Nothing going for Alaska on that particular journey to the basket. Waiting in the wings are Asaitono and Balingit. They'll check in at the next opportunity. Meanwhile, here is Distrito.
And Distrito is just sort of powering by Reyes at the point position.
You know how intimate a provincial game is? Bonel Balingit is right in front of me, and I cannot see the game. And add to that, Nelson Asaitono. Hawkins, nothing there. Now it's Alaska being buried with a run here by Swift. 4 straight baskets by Swift. Here is Meneses. Make that a 6-0 run. And the uprising of Swift continues. Tim Cone says, we have to do something about this. We have a timeout. You are back with us here in San Fernando, Pampanga, the convention center. The game reads 49-43, down to a 6-point lead. Big uprising by Swift. Took a while before their offense fell into place, Jim Kelly.
Well, Tim Cone had to call a timeout to take a little wind out of the Swift sails here, but their fast break is finally in gear. Lead is back down to 6, and Alaska has come back in with Jojo, Johnny Abariantos, and Jonah Del Cardell. See if they can do something about it.
Backman, by the way, is in the game for the very first time. 6-0 run by Swift. Cardell unloads, tad short, being fought for, and it's Solis winning out. Lead pass to Meneses. This is the offensive unit of Yang Yao on the floor. That play goes nowhere. Meneses with a scoop pass that was interrupted. 2 minutes 27 to go. Abarientos telling to Wino to drop into his proper place. Lastimosa with a leaning jumper. It is an offensive. Checking that's a goaltending violation.
He grabbed the net, or he got caught on the net. It's sort of a long net here. Remember, they put it up just before the game, and he was reacting out to go after the shot. His hand got caught in it, pulled it down, and that's no doubt about it. Basket interference.
51-43. Time down to 2 and 9. Second quarter action. The pass. Tough passes to Hanlo in the first place.
And that was a little bit off target there. Bonell reaching out.
Pero El Barillo is going to be coming in a short while. Here's Jonadel Cardell. Cardell passing up, but there was a foul. Both teams have been thrifty about their team fouls here in the second period. Balingit with the personal. As we take a look at Governor Ren Giao on your picture, enjoying the action. Of course, his coach is the son. His son is the coach, rather, of Swift.
His coach is his son.
Just got jungled up just a bit there, but he's, you know what I mean. And the referee Ledesma making a call. Meneses with a foul.
The hell, shaking his head a bit there. But anytime Joe Last gets in the lane, he's got those head fakes. He really can move very well. Very hard to stop him.
Here's Abarientos. Wino with the shield. Abarientos, dish off is foiled. It goes to the wrong man. Here goes Swift. Traveling, good call. Meneses step before starting his dribble.
Well, it seems like Verhel is a little bit out of sync here. Maybe the court, it's a little bit shorter, but he's had 2 or 3 times where he's grabbed the ball and seems to be, I don't want to say lost, but he's not really at home on the court.
Yes, that's quite evident. Abarientos with a traveling violation. A minute and 10.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
And that's good for Coach Yang Yao, he says to Roy Abarillo, because that's the man who's double teaming Nelson Asaitono on the other side, and he's going to be wide open.
53 seconds remaining. Here's Jolas. Shot clock reads 10. Jolas continues with his dribble. Shot clock reads 8. Lastimosa in and out. Ball being fought for, won by Jolas. Cardell, wild attempt, forced to shoot that one by the defense. Here's Nelson Asaitona, one-handed drive.
Yes, and
yes.
one. Well, that was a great series down the other end. Cardell, we missed it, picked it up this time with Nelson going all the way down. Bachman a little bit late coming in. Nelson able to control the ball, hang up in the air, banks it off the glass. He's got three-point play, and he can close it to 3 points here.
(51-47), Alaska in front, but a serious run by Swift in the second quarter. The lead of Alaska was as large as 15. Asaitona fails to nail the three-point play. We're down to 25 seconds in this first half of play.
There's about a 3 or 4 second difference on the shot clock and game clock. Should be a high screen coming. Look for JoJo to get the ball here. There he is.
There it is. And a foul, but Swift not in penalty. That just their 15th foul. Meneses with the personal, his second. Tim Cohn yelling out a play.
They're going for JoJo again here.
There's the screen for Lastimoso. Pops at the top of the key. Hold it, says the official. But it should be now a shooting situation. Now, you can, this is one of the advantages of being this close. You can hear the sentiments of the people involved in the game.
Coach Yang not too pleased. He thought that was incidental contact. Barrientos, 8 points so far.
Still 8. Asaitona. And that will bring down the curtains to this first half of play. 52-47 is our count. Jim Kelly, Rich Maniaga, and yours truly will be right back after these messages. 52-47, Alaska in front. Alaska, they had so many good things going for them, but in the second quarter there was that big run by Swift we were talking about, Jim.
Well, we talked about what Swift has to do in order to win this game, but for Alaska, I think if they can keep the tempo on, the pressure on Swift up the court, it really looked like they had a lot higher shooting percentage as we look at the leading scorers there. Lastimoso with 12, Gomez with 11. Barrientos with 8, and that's all, and Cardell with 7. They were all perimeter people, and most of those people got points in transition or in quickly getting the ball up court, and I think that was the key to them getting this 5-point lead.
And it was largest at 15, as we mentioned earlier. This is the third quarter of play, this showdown in San Fernando. Hawkins nails it. (54-47).
Let's see if they double team here. Once again, it comes from the point position. Johnny Barrientos, and that time Nelson goes right through 3 people, up, over, and in. And another chance for a 3-point play.
Asaitona definitely has to get his offensive cannons working here. As far as production is concerned, I think he has that in mind with that move.
I think if he moves to the basket as soon as he gets the ball, before the double team comes down, he'll have a little less problems there. As you see, the double team is coming from the point guard position. Johnny Barrientos coming over, and sometimes he's on the opposite side of the court. But here comes Alaska the other way.
Barrientos is fouled. Foul on Distrito. Look at this. Yengia was shouting at his team. All of them had their backs turned to the offense. Distrito picking up his second personal foul, the first foul charge against Swift. Alaska already with 1. Hook pass inside, Solomon can't get to it. Here comes Swift. Touch passing. Distrito will go straight to the hole. Offensive foul, no basket.
That's talking about someone getting back on defense. Alaska that time, watch Johnny A. stop under, get set. Takes it right in the chest. That's a charge. No doubt about that. Great defense.
1 minute going by us here. 5-point lead by the Milkmen. Abarientos with a shuffle. Hawkins, 2 in a row in this quarter.
Hawkins off to a good start as they're sharing the wealth on the Alaska side.
6 points by Hawkins. Meneses' glass shot, not that time around. Picked up by Solis. He fires a 3. It's not gonna go. Rebound battle and a foul in the air.
On Bang Hawkins.
Hawkins picking up his second personal foul. And 2 team fouls have been slapped on each side. 10 minutes, 19 seconds to go. You're watching this on a delayed basis, ladies and gentlemen, recorded earlier in the evening. A very special vintage sports presentation with Sam Sarmenta here, Jim Kelly and Butch Maniaga. That ball bounces out.
And Swift can't seem to find the outside shooting touch here. They've had a number of open shots, especially from 3-point range.
Here's Abarientos trying to set up the table. He finds a spot, nails it. Johnny with 10. Aceitono. Finger roll, ends up short. 3 Alaska players leapt for that ball. Hawkins seeking to control it, and there was a foul off that effort. Not exactly a picture-perfect shot.
You know, the floor is a little bit harder here than at the Cuneta Astrodome, and the ball comes off it a little bit quicker, and maybe even though the players practice here, they're not quite in the rhythm of things. The ball sort of comes off at a different angle or a different bounce.
That's true. 9:29 to go as Hawkins is on your picture. Fails to score on the first. First half ended at 52-47 in favor of Alaska Milk. First quarter ended at 30-25, still in Alaska's favor. Alaska gets a split of those charities. And Swift will take a timeout with 9:29 to go in the third. 9 minutes, 29 seconds remaining. A 10-point advantage for the Alaska Milk squad of Tim Cone. They have been in control of this ball game, except during one stretch where they lost a 15-point advantage. It was reduced to as much as 6. Here's Aceitono, snapping it over to Reyes. Here's the street above the key, draws it through the traffic. Meneses gets it from close range.
Boy, that was the best offensive set we've seen from Swift in a long time. They probed inside, outside, moved the ball, and got themselves a layup. But Johnny A comes back and misses from 3-point range. We're going to have a loose ball foul on Alex Araneta.
Araneta picks up his second personal foul.
Before we get too far from that last time out, Coach Yang Yao was very emphatic. Get back on defense, move the ball on offense. Let's stop all this one-on-one. And there's a turnover, but Swift gets the ball back as Johnny A can't hold on to it.
Number 14, pulling number 14 there. 8-point game. Swift trying to uncork a run here. Here we go with Solis. Solis over now to Aceitono. Aceitono to the open Distrito. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Will they have time to put up a shot? No, action continues. Here comes Solis. Solis coming out of the pack. Distrito is free, but he decides to pass over to Solis for the 3. Yes!
Well, you know, it was a matter of time before they stuck one of those outside shots. They continue to double team inside, and the outside shot is wide open. It's a question if they will be able to knock him down. That's an offensive foul.
Castimosa will be charged with the offensive foul, number 2 on Jola's, 3rd on the team. Watch it once more. Tim Cone tapping Cardell here. Swift is on a run. Reyes can't knock it down. Johnny on a fast pace, but decides to slow down. Jolas working on the street, the flip. Not quite. In the hands of Alaska still. Abarientos above the key, decides against shooting it. Shot clock reads 16. Johnny shoots. Can't get it to fall in. Rebound, Swift. Alastimosa with a steal. Pasaytono not controlling the ball. Jolas knocks in the three.
That time, carelessness by Swift. With a quick flip, Al Solis from three again, and he knocks it down back to back from Rainbow Country.
And Solis shooting that in a relaxed fashion. He knew it was on its way in. We're down to 7 and 20, 62-57. This place beginning to rock with this exciting encounter. Meanwhile, Abarientos downstairs to Solomon, faces the basket. It does not go in. There's a tip in. It will count. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. It will count. It will count.
There is a foul on number 11. That's Asaytono.
Technical foul, coach, team coach.
Tim Cone gets a technical.
I think he was reacting to the first. Let's take a look at it here. We'll see what happened. Arenado up and tapped it in. And I think what Coach Tim Cone was reacting to was maybe the first call by the official. He seems to be waving his hands as to nullify the basket, but what he indeed said was the basket was good plus one foul shot.
(64-58). 7 minutes, 6 seconds remaining. Alex Araneta misses the gift shot. Abarientos takes it away. Jolas above the three-point arc. No siree. Time down to 6 and 55. Here's Asaytono. Offensive foul. It was coming.
Well, Alaska really stressing getting back on defense, and twice this quarter, even though Swift had the numbers, they've been able to draw offensive charges.
Here's Abarientos. No, aside from the thrill of the contest, what is exciting to watch, Cardell took that, are the coaches and the strain that they're going through to win this ball game.
Well, both coaches want to win this. This is a very big game here.
Here's Distrito starting his grind. Difficult layup.
Yep.
Oh boy! As you would say, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Nelson timed that perfectly, and no one put a body on him coming from the offside. He just rammed that one right back home.
And we are left with 6 minutes in this encounter. Hawkins, oh yes! 9 points by Rene Hawkins, has had a good third. Hawkins only 2 points at the end of the first 12 minutes, nothing in the second quarter. Downstairs we go, Asaytono. A foul. How do you spell power? Watch this. This is one way. It just didn't go in, but this is awesome.
Yeah, he timed that perfectly, because if the ball would have been on the rim, that would have been offensive goaltending. So not only does he have to time it, he had a little bit of hang time in there as well.
68-60. Alaska is in front, though, as we take a look at Tim Cone, discuss and talk shop with Rene Hawkins. He misses the first.
That's back-to-back free throws by Nelson. He had a three-point play before he missed. And the first one here. Usually a very reliable free throw shooter. Comes into the game at 84%, and he splits the charity.
And referee Bello says, hold it. Let's get organized here. Here's Araneta. Yes!
Joe Lass is in a pretty good groove right here. When he's got some room and he can see the basket, he's shooting the ball very well. Nice release.
I like the comment you made earlier about Alaska spreading the wealth. That is exactly what they have done, and Solis is getting fired up here. That's his 5th from Rainbow Country. Here's Cardell. Inside. Oh, just a bit short. Looked like an air ball. Managed to kiss the iron. Johnny with a tough pass. And Tim Cone with a smile on his face saying, sayang, could have. He might have made that go through. Anyway, they'll have a chance to recycle their offense here. Time down to 4 and 48, 70-64. Alaska's up by 6. Hawkins shot, no siree. Rebound foul.
Joe Lass is everywhere.
Oh, Distrito has just picked up his 4th personal foul. Keep in mind, though, that I think I failed to mention that both teams are now in penalty. 4:41 remaining. Alex Araneta will likewise sit down. Huino is in for the 2nd time here tonight.
Now, one of the reasons Al Solis is getting so much room outside is they are constantly leaning in and putting emphasis on wherever Nelson Asaitono is, and his man is looking for Nelson, sags off a bit, and he's making the help pay.
And Solis, as we mentioned, has buried 5 3-point shots. Lastimosa, not that bad, you know, 18 points by Giorgio Lastimosa.
Comes in the game averaging about 14 or 15.
15.
15, and that's after a big explosion last game against Pepsi,
which went into overtime. We go down to Nelson Asaitono. He backs up against Hawkins. It works. Hawkins hoping for a charge. None forthcoming. None came. Here's Abarientos. Hold it, says referee Bello.
It's going to be 2 shots for Joe Lass.
Estrada will pick up the personnel. This is the view of the officials. Referee Bello making the call there. (72-65) is our tally. Jolas misses the free throw. Lastimosa currently 4 of 6 from the free throw line.
Shooting 83% coming into this game.
Turnaround. And we have some great scorers going to work here. Meneses is one of them.
Well, that was a nice quick move by Verhel that time.
Meneses has a total of 12. Huino in the post. Hawkins above the key. Shot clock down to 12. Hawkins receives it back from Huino. Pick and roll. Hawkins decides to go for it, and Hawkins has had a solid third. Hawkins with 11. 9 of them here in the third.
I believe he's made all 4 of his shots, plus a couple charities.
3.5 to play. On the run! Oh, the Pampangueños getting a great game here. Just as you are enjoying this together with us in this very special vintage sports presentation. This game played earlier tonight. Inside to Huino, nowhere to go, bottled up. And it will stay, however, with Alaska.
Well, good jamming up of the inside where Huino likes to go. Take a look at this lob pass from Nelson to Verhel on the last series for Swift.
Back with us live. Alaska in a rush to put that up. They were left with 8 seconds on their shot clock. Time down to 3 minutes, friends. Solis fires a long three.
And he's at home here in Pampanga.
And Estrada with a foul against Abarientos. It's a shooting situation.
Timeout, Alaska.
Timeout. Let's pick up some interesting action here. as we continue with the third quarter, which is left with 2 minutes and 52. And that was the last foul of Troy Estrada. Now Swift has been kept in this encounter mainly through the efforts of Al Solis, who has now nailed a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-point shots, and this is a close game.
I don't believe Al has missed the second half from outside the 3-point arc.
All of his points coming from there. No 2-pointers. Doesn't like them tonight. Abarientos spreads the lead a little more. 3 points. Boom. That's 77-73. 2:52 as we mentioned. Solis now being watched a little tighter now. Estrada above the key, shot clock down to 12. Nelson asking for it. Solis is given a pick. It's a pick and roll. Solis forced to pass off. He was in an ungainly position. That's a grabbing situation for it.
Well, that time Alaska had some great rotation defense against the pick and roll. Came up with the steal but couldn't control it. Tied up off a jump ball. We just missed it. That would have... we just see the jump ball really. Didn't see that fine help side defense sliding over by Alaska. Swift with the height advantage on this tip. Let's see if they can control it.
They do, but it ends up in the wrong hands. We rush over to the other side. Baseline drive. Won't be anything for Cardell there. And off the rebound, a foul. Penalty situation in that, as we are in the penalty situation for both teams, Huino is the culprit there. Huino with his first personal foul. Watch it again. (77-73).
Both teams have been in the bonus here for the last 2 minutes. Foul shooting will be crucial at the end of this quarter, as I'm sure it will be at the end of the game.
Okay. Referee's trying to organize the free throw. You know, the Pampangueños are watching this game so intently. I can't really tell which team has more fans here.
It seems therefore the fans with the team with the most exciting play. Al Solis has certainly woken them up here in the third quarter. (77-74). Here's Abarientos. Cardell, 3. Oh. This is a game raining with threes. Boy, that was great ball movement. As soon as Abarientos saw an opening with Joe Last, they swung the ball around the other side, and John Adell, I think Coach Tim Cohn is correct in saying he is his most improved player. Steal.
Here comes Johnny, too strong. It's a 6-point lead, 1 minute and 38. Vergel Meneses frontal assault, no way, and Aceitono takes it away from Cardell. Aceitono, offensive foul.
Offensive foul, Aceitono.
Let's take a look at Vergel. Did a nice job pulling up this, not to get the charge. Lastimoso up strong. Excuse me, Aceitono up strong. And they call him for running into John Adell, and much to his dismay.
80% of the time when you lead with your shoulder, call usually ends up against the offensive player. 80-74, and Cardell was planted in that particular sequence. There's Cardell losing the basketball, being stripped of possession. Estrada could have traveled there. Meanwhile, Swift ending up losing the basketball. Johnny A to the right. Cardell. Yes!
Boy, did you see that transition by Alaska, though, before they lost the ball? Still, they got 4 men back to stop the Swift fast break, turn around, make a steal, and come back and convert on it.
That's right. You know, what has happened here is that Swift knocks on the door, but Alaska refuses to open it, even to find out who's knocking there.
It's a song, wasn't it, Seth?
I don't know.
Someone's knocking. Who's coming in? Rudy Distrito rolls one in.
He's coming in. And Distrito has made a significant contribution of 17 points. Castello, a foul. Estrada in his effort to shield Abarientos, ending up giving 2 free throws to Abarientos. And Estrada picks up foul number 5.
And I'm sure we're going to see Teroy Abarillo checking in the game as he peels off his jacket.
Checking that, Estrada with only 4. I don't know if my scorer Boy Ocampo knows how to count 4 or 5. It's a big question. He likes to hear his name on TV anyway. It's 93-76. Stop smiling, get back to work. And Alaska is still in front, 83-76, only 35 seconds to go here. And Bonel Balingit out to conquer some territory inside, is all set to check back in.
And it's been the speed game here of Alaska. We've talked enough about it, but it's been evident they've really pushed the ball up, and they think they have a distinct advantage over Alaska in transition, over Swift in transition.
That's correct. And we're down to half a minute. Here's Albarillo. Nelson Asaitono gains momentum, but is stripped of possession. Meneses picking it up. Shot clock reads 6. Meneses gains room. Asaitono with a reverse and a foul to boot.
Boy, Verhel got a break. The ball sort of bounced to him, and then he went underneath in the lane. He has a choice to give it to Balingit or Nelson. He makes the correct choice here with Nelson, and Nelson just goes up over 2 people, rolls it in there, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play.
And they cashed in on that one with just about 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. The foul on that last play was against Guinho. Again, you're watching the special Vintage Sports presentation on IBC 13. This is a delayed telecast of a game recorded earlier, down to the last 10 seconds of this third quarter. 4, 3 seconds to go. 2, Araneta. Alaska managing to keep this tough Swift team at bay so far, but we still have the 4th. Join us for that one. Andy here, 86-79. Welcome to the 4th quarter. San Fernando with Jim Kelly here and Butch Maniego. And this game recorded, as we mentioned earlier tonight, all-important encounter. Jim Kelly hit it right on the head of the nail when he said these are 2 contenders. They want to score as many wins before they eventually make it to the semifinals. Keep in mind the carryover, in effect. So Swift making some headway in the 3rd quarter, although Alaska managing to keep the Swift team at bay, Jim.
Well, it's been the level of play that's really increased, and both teams have picked it up, and it's been a big man, Bonel Balingit, banks running off the board off a nice pass by Verhel Meneses. It's been Alaska, though, dictating the tempo, and they seem to be able to raise that level of play just a little bit quicker as they've been really responding to loose balls and fast breaks, which have given them a little bit of cushion here, but it's down to 5, and Bonel can make it 4 as we take a look at the big man in action.
Guinho committed the 3rd foul there. Balingit says, one more time!
Nice pass once again from Verhel Meneses. Bonel finishes it off.
(86-83). Cardell above the 3-point arc. Oh my God, this game is raining with threes.
And I'm sure the players like the rims here because they're firing it in from outside, and Cardell even got bumped a bit.
89-83.
Yes, the big man. Inside, outside game with Rudy Distrito. Rudy goes right back to him and he scores.
Bonel Balingit already with a total of 13 in the encounter. Here's Cardell. Dish off to Huino. He traveled.
Huino doesn't seem his normal self tonight. You know, he usually has a lot of shot blocks. He gets a lot of balls inside, and the Alaska attack is mostly perimeter orientated here tonight, and he seems just a shade off.
Albarillo and Huino, I think, will pick up his 4th personal foul. Albarillo had the right thing in mind. Take it solid, take it hard while they're disorganized defensively.
But you take a look at that picture right there. That's on a fast break attempt, and Alaska's got 5 players back in the lane there. And
Yes.
we were talking about stopping the Swift scoring machine, the league leaders in points there, and they've got 5 people back in transition, and that's why they got a little bit of a lead here.
Albarillo fails to put in the free throw.
Lane violation, I believe, on John Adel Cardell, that new rule.
So we'll have 2 more, I believe. Yes. And it's now 89-87, 2-point game. Just checking on the deadlocks here. We'll get to that in a while.
What a nice pass there. Good give and go basketball.
Last time we were tied was way back at 21 all. That's a long time ago. So since then, it's been all Alaska. However, Swift has been knocking at the door. Rebound, Asaitono climbing over everybody. Albarillo on the way down, not quite. Alex Araneta can't handle it. Asaitono inside the heart of the defense. No, sirree. Cardell pass to the wrong man. Albarillo will penetrate. Pass over to Balingit. Balingit.
Oh!
No. It's an offensive foul.
Boy, oh boy, what action we had inside. Alaska stayed strong. Swift finally getting an opening. Albarillo penetrates. Cardell takes it right there. Shot by Albarillo, excuse me, by Balingit, is after the foul. A little bit of weight, Bonell.
Of course, Cardell and Balingit played together in the Magnolia Ball Club in the amateurs. Cardell, team manager Waki Trillo checking, do you still have a stomach, my friend? Okay, we swing back to action. 91-87 is the exact count. 9 minutes 42 remaining in the 4th. As our showdown in San Fernando continues. Costello is in the game, working together with Reyes, Araneta, Hawkins. Meanwhile, Lastimosa is also there. Hawkins with a difficult turn, gets it back, goes the other way.
Well, you notice with Reyes being overplayed by Albarillo, the ability of Castillo to play point guard really helps out Alaska.
Now Swift, foremost in their mind right now is to really power it up inside. However, on the last 3 trips down, they have not been that successful.
And turnovers, and we take a look at 3-point field goal shooting. Alaska 6 of 9, Swift 6 of 16.
Hawkins starts his drive, but no ball to work with. They fight for it. It's in the hands of Costello. Costello hooks it over to Araneta. Araneta safely outside to Costello. You organize the offense. Downstairs, Hawkins. One fake. No, and there's a foul. Costello with a fine thread of the needle there.
He really keeps his composure outside. Found the open man.
Asaitono will get a rest as Ria Lubit reports back in. Watch this sequence. That was a madcap sequence.
Here he is, stops, looks, finds the open man underneath as Nelson got caught down. Bonell bangs him, but not able to convert it. He's still able to walk.
A fickle basketball said, I don't want to go in. Didn't release me right. So Hawkins says, let's do it right this time. 93-87. And Hawkins taking care of the second free throw. It's 94-87. Time down to 8:41. Illegal defense against Alaska.
I believe that's the first time we've seen that this evening.
Warning on Alaska Hawkins for illegal defense.
And that's just a sideline inbound for Swift. They're down by 7 with 8.5 minutes remaining. Solis is tied up, but there's a foul. It will go against June Reyes. June Reyes picking up his first foul and keeping you posted on the number of team fouls. Alaska has gathered 3. Swift has been called for 2. One more sideline inbound, another trip around the block. Solis with Reyes watching his every move. Here's Distrito. Distrito grinding hard. They want to go to Solis. They go back to Distrito. It's a 2-man game on the perimeter. Distrito nowhere to go. Jammed by Costello.
Nice defense that time by Alaska.
But they
throw it away.
Solis thinking about scoring, but he first goes to bowling it. He is fouled. This crowd in awe of the 6'9" giant.
Take a look at the agility here. Big man up, underneath, finger rolls it, but he was hit on the way.
At least there was the intention to be Jordan-esque about the effort there. But Bonell, a big contributor here. He has a total of 14.
Bonell has woken up the crowd here with his acrobatics. Little leg lift on that last free throw.
2 for 2. 94-89, 8 minutes to go. Reyes, Jojo Lastimosa. Jolas, nowhere to go. Costello gets to it. Alaska is left with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Araneta! We are in the land of the giants, ladies and gentlemen.
Good scrambling that time by Alaska. Big finish by Alex Araneta.
96-89, 7-pointer. Familiar refrain in the last 3 minutes. The pass goes nowhere. Lastimosa scampers for it. Hawkins breaks away with it. Lead pass to June Reyes. Reyes on a fast lip gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins drives and scores.
And that's the tempo game once again for Alaska, and that's what's given them this 9-point lead, and they've been leading throughout the game thanks to that break. And what a finish here by Big Bong Hawkins over his ex-teammate Zaldi Rialubic.
Every time that Swift has ignited a fire, they've started something going. Here comes Alaska with a fire hose. 8. Checking the score, 98-89, 7 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. This is the second meeting of these two teams. First encounter saw Swift win over Alaska 95-93. We'll take a pause in the action. Jim, 99-89, Swift has been trying but has not managed to pull across this Alaska team.
Well, they're going to have to come down and limit their turnovers. They're going to have to continue to get good shots. They've had scored inside. Belinget's having a pretty good game. Asaitono much more successful here in the second half, but they've got to get back in transition. There's just too many layups here for Alaska.
Oh, yes, that's a good point.
And if Alaska wants to win, just keep their foot on the gas, because that's what they're doing correct here.
Asaitono snarled in traffic, but gets a basket. Al Solis is screaming, begging for a foul, but that foul will go against Lastimosa. That's 3 on Jolas. Team foul story, 5 on Alaska Milk. Swift with 3. Timeout situation, 3 more to call for Yengyao. Tim Cone still with a full deck of 4 for the 4th.
You know, it's not often you see Alaska commit 5 fouls in the early part of the fourth quarter, so that could be a good sign here for Swift. Usually they're the team that really conserves their fouls.
Shot clock in this sequence is 14. Reyes, he is fouled by Solis. Is it on Distrito? Distrito, yes, it is.
It's 5.
It's 5th. Look like Solis there, but it is Distrito. Okay.
He called that on the reach around, I guess, when he went around the back.
And Swift is left with 4. Checking that, Swift already with 14 fouls. Jojo Lastimosa trip down the baseline, goes up. Yes. Time remaining, 6:19. Aceitono, Distrito triple try, not quite. Aceitono picks up the personal, his 5th.
And boy, that takes them also to the brink of penalty time.
It's 101-92. Reyes will get a rest. Managed to hold the ship while Johnny A was on the floor, was off the floor, that is. Meanwhile, Abarientos working the backcourt. Costello. Stretch!
I started out with the penetration of Barrientos. Good kick over. Costello finishes it off.
5:46 to go. Solis. Oh, boy!
Boy, that was good defense by Alaska, and that was really a line drive shot by Al Solis, but it had nothing but net.
That was straight from outer space. 7 3-point shots. 7 of 10 from the 3-point arc.
10 seconds, shot clock.
10 remaining on the shot clock.
Balingit.
Balingit. You know, the Kapampangans would say, Balingit, maragul, meaning very big. And he goes out of the game. He had a good contribution of 15. Ria Lubit is on the floor to replace him.
Oh, what a shot by Johnny A over Zaldi Rio Lubick on a little bit of a bump as well.
Abarientos with 16. Let's check the scoring. Abarientos with 16, Hawkins with 17, Cardel with 17, Lastimosa with 22. So a balanced attack. You said, Jim, they were really sharing the booty.
Yeah, spreading that wealth around, and really Swift doesn't know who to isolate on, who to double team on. Nice little lead pass by Verhel. Zaldi gets fouled, can't finish it, but he'll get 2 shots.
Mild-mannered Alex Araneta with a hard foul there as he tried to block the ball. This game is left with 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Both teams in penalty. A 10-point lead for Alaska. Araneta will get a rest. Alex Araneta leaves your TV screen scoring 8 points. That's also significant coming from Alex. Has managed to score or pick up 4 rebounds. Had a blocked shot as well. You saw on your screens earlier Hawkins sharing some wealth of knowledge there with Araneta on how to block the shot. Now not to commit the foul. Same thing that Tim Cohn said. 105-96, 4:54 remaining in the game. Hawkins.
Boy, it just looks like Swift is not ready to play defense when they get back, be it Zaldi or Verhel. Not to pick on any one player, but their offside is not reacting. You see him go right by Nelson and Verhel. No really help once he went down into the lane there, and Bong Hawkins is having a great second half here. 19 points, I believe he had 2 at the start of this third quarter.
I agree with you totally. It seems that Swift is a step late defensively. Look at this.
There's Wino. It's all Alaska here in the last 2 or 3 minutes when you just thought Swift was going to sneak back into it.
4 minutes and 30 to go.
Paulo Costello, penalty.
Paulo Costello.
Let's see if Swift decides to come. They have a little half-court trap that we haven't seen yet. They're down 13 right now. And that's a violation there. Costello went through the lane when Abarillo already had the ball in his hands. That's
right.
a new interpretation.
Tim Cohn was yelling at Costello, "Get into formation, Merwin, Merwin, Merwin!" And the violation had already been committed. So 2 more forthcoming for Albarillo.
He was the beneficiary of another lane violation, I think, a few trips ago.
That's true. 4:32 remaining. You know, both teams really fighting for a win here, because, you know, it's so lonely when you lose on the bus going home. And, you know, Pampanga, San Fernando, just an hour away from Metro Manila. That could be the longest hour of your basketball day.
Well, here's that trap we just mentioned, the Swift half-court trap.
It works
up with a
that
steal.
time. Albarillo crashing into the TV panel here. Costello rushing into Governor Ren Giao here.
And he's very calm under pressure.
Who, the governor?
The governor, he didn't even move.
Yes.
Waved it off.
I was even more scared for myself. I stood up.
And Johnny A gets the roll.
You know, the bounce on the rim is favoring the soft touch here, huh?
Well, it's favoring whatever Alaska does, because they're shooting a great percentage here.
3:42 remaining. Solis unloads, not this time around. It's hit 7 in the game. Albarillo with a wild heave. Real Lubit.
What do they call?
Abarientos will be charged the personal.
Might have been on a rebound, because I think they're calling bonus situation here. They're calling right there before the shot. Yeah, it was clear. Referee waving off the shot early enough.
Both teams in penalty, friends. We're down to 3 minutes and 32 seconds. By the way, this is our last scheduled game before we take the Holy Week holiday for the PBA. We will have games come Sunday. Costello, toss over to Lastimosa. Long cross-court pass to Abariano. Says, what's the rush? Let's settle down. 13 on the shot clock. Something going wrong with the score right now, but it's down to 5 seconds of the shot clock. That will go.
Well, there's nothing going wrong with Alaska. They're really handling this Swift press. Swift double teaming all over, and they're using the ball handling ability of Merlin Castillo, who can play point or second guard, as Nelson takes it to the hole, and he's hammered by Merlin. I can remember Coach Tim Cohn telling us right after the draft, the reason he got Costello, as we take a look at Nelson driving the hoop here, that he can play point guard, he can play off guard, and he can defend at either position. And with the pressure on Johnny A in the backcourt here, it's like Merlin's running the show.
You know, the Pampangueños, I think, are adjusted to the scoreboard here. It reads 113 to 100. No Swift score. It's not 0-0. They are down by 13. We have a timeout. We'll be back. Back with our telecast here from San Fernando, Pampanga. This game recorded and played earlier in the evening. 113 to 100. So time remaining 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Alaska has played a solid game, managing to keep Swift at a distance almost throughout the second half.
Well, Swift's going to have to come up with some magic here right now. Their press is going to have to come up a few degrees.
Asaitono nailing that free throw, 113 to 101. Costello. Near steal. Abariantos keeping control of the ball. Shot clock reduced to 8. There's the double. Hawkins. Jolas. Rushes aside. Distrito rimming out. Rebound.
Oh, what a rebound. Bong Hawkins just took it right out of Zaldi Rio Lubic's hands there. They both went up for the ball, and Bong just ripped it from him. Take a look at this right. We missed it. It was right before that.
113 to 101. Hawkins, no problem. 114-101. Time down to 2:27. Fourth quarter action. A win by Alaska here will push them to 5-2. And they will be in third place. And a loss by Swift will drop them to 3-3. Solis cranks up a 3, not that time around. Solis trying to harass Barrientos, who's still in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline. Time down to 2:08. Castello being harassed by Albarillo.
Well, Costello has done a good job under pressure here. He's made no turnovers, made some nice passes.
And we are into the last 2 minutes. Aceitono says good night. 6 personal fouls. Aceitono, 17 points, way below the 43 he unloaded against this very same team. And teams now beginning to, learn how to play against Nelson Aceitono as Balingit checks back in.
Well, I think they've done a very good job double teaming him. In the first half, he was content to swing a ball around to the offside, and Swift didn't shoot it too well. Second half, he moved a little bit quicker to the basket and beat the double team, but unless the outside shooting and the other people can contribute right away, he's going to continue to see that sort of pressure.
Here's Johnny, all set for number 2, no problem. 117-101, and it looks like Alaska will march into a victory here, making them 5-2. Swift will drop to 3-3. Barrientos.
Now Alaska on the floor with 2 rookies and second-year player in Johnny A. They're still going to be very fired up here at the end of the game. They're playing like there's no tomorrow. Blocked there by Wino, but that's going to be goaltending.
119-103, a minute and 40 remaining.
They played their first game of the year against Shell like this, and at the end of the game, they were still going strong. And Hawkins once again goes by Rio Lubick, who is in a drastic position.
Yes, Hawkins trying to help Rio Lubick there, and didn't work the first time around. So some of the fans here have made the decision about this game. Alaska comfortably in front, 119-103. Before anything else, we'd like to thank our hosts here, Governor Giao, the people of Pampanga. Thank you very much for being such perfect hosts in the city or in the town of San Fernando. Meanwhile, Hawkins continues to score.
Raul Gomez is just about to check back in the game, and we forgot all about that rifle as he was on target in the first half.
Gomez unloaded 3 big 3-point shots in quarter number 2. Distrito. And a foul by Barrientos.
Foul Barrientos. Lastimosa.
I think the lady in the middle is Mrs. Yang Giao.
Barrientos.
She was smiling, but I don't think her husband will be smiling on the way home tonight.
Maybe so. Johnny A getting congratulations from everybody there. A minute and 27 remaining. 121-105. Still a 16-pointer. It rolls away. It'll go Swift's way.
And that's the first time in a while they've been able to get a turnover off the press, and I'm afraid it's a little bit too late.
Distrito charges through, gets it. A minute and 13, 121-107, a 14-point lead. No need for Alaska to rush here.
No, they're very content just to run out the clock here.
Costello getting it across. He was doubting whether he should touch it again. Well, actually it was tapped away. Shot clock down to 7. Inside to Hawkins. Gomez being set up for a long three.
Oh, Mr. Gomez. He's been on the bench for hours, but that rifle is still sizzling.
Number 4. There are days like that. Short passing, Baling it is fouled, and he'll get to visit the free throw line. Only 39 seconds remaining in this basketball game. An official PBA encounter in the province of Pampanga here in San Fernando.
You've got to say, though, it was a team effort by Alaska. They have had people come from the bench. They've had starters contribute. They've had Bong Hawkins, who's had a great second half. It was very quiet in the first half.
And Alaska is 34 seconds away from making it official. Distrito yanked it away from Gomez, and Distrito, simply frustration here. Costello, and
we're gonna have a technical.
Correction, technical foul, Distrito.
Distrito, let's take a look.
Yeah, it was second action. Play was over. Rudy, as you said, Sev, a little bit frustrated here.
And Gomez playing a big game here, 15 points. You know, during the course of this basketball game, we mentioned that Swift was a bit late in reacting defensively. Their offense was not in sync. And that was compounded by the fact that this Alaska contingent played as a team, as you mentioned.
Well, I think it came right from the get-go. They started the game out of the blocks, and they had the lead, and they just have never relinquished it or the momentum.
Meanwhile, Swift trying to gain some more points, trying to cut down the lead to make it a little more respectable. Costello couldn't handle it. We're down to 13 seconds. Baling it short. Here's Sueño. Costello, it's a 3-on-1. They want to go to Gomez, pulls up for a 3, not this time around. And we're done here. It is over. Winners in San Fernando, Alaska Milk, and the official score 125 to 109.